Hey guys, Big Gardener 81 here. Just working on the garden a bit and figured to give you guys a little video update. Yeah, it's getting dark out because I do this stuff in the evening when the sun's starting to go down, so I'm not getting burned, and it's also the only time I really have available unless it's on a weekend. So first off, let's kind of go first with this garden box here. I moved a couple of my green beans over to this row over here. There's not a whole lot popping up because I didn't quite have as many seeds I would have liked to have from last year's plants. So I'm going to plant some new seeds on the other row here, which is kind of hard to see, but there is another row over here, and see how those go. And of course, you probably see my herb garden back there, which has the garlic and let's see, sage and basil and chives and cilantro and dill. Kind of a conglomeration of different things. This one is just dirt right now. Of course, that's my beets I just planted, and my strawberries are very green. They're growing pretty nice. The last one is some zucchini and some squash, but there's only a couple plants popping up, so I may have to do something different with that row. So I kind of cheated. I went out and bought some plants because I didn't really get a good start this year to my gardening, and I didn't get enough little seedlings started or seeds started in the house. So I have one down here, which I forget what it is, but it's a tomato plant of some type. I think it's a large cherry tomato plant. And then the rest of these, instead of alternating the way I alternated them last year, I was trying to do one row at a time of row of tomatoes or row of peppers. So this row, even though it has one tomato plant there, has peppers down it, and these are all let's see what they are. Maybe you guys can even read it. Don't know. It says Mucho Nacho, basically jalapenos from Bonnie Plant Company or whatever they are. And that's what all three of those are. Then I got this row of 4 tomato plants. And the first one, I believe these are all Romas. Yeah, these are all 4 of these are Roma plants. This last one was kind of dried up a bit. It didn't quite have enough water in its packaging, I guess. So I don't know how well it's going to do. Right now it's kind of starting to shrivel up a little bit. So maybe it'll come back to life now that it's been saturated. And we'll just see. This box here, has got a row of peppers and a row of tomatoes. And let's see what these are. I don't even remember. Some red bell peppers. These are all Bonnie plants, by the way. And then we've got some. These guys are giant macaroni sweet peppers. That's kind of cool. And then some type of, I don't know, yellow or orange peppers. Lunchbox orange. Can't quite focus in on that, but it says Lunchbox Orange, Bonnie Plant Company. And another of the macaroni peppers, sweet peppers. And then a tomato row. One of the reasons why I make this video is so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, and if you see something that maybe I could do differently or better, give me some feedback. That's a great thing about YouTube videos, that you can post all types of stuff and learn all types of things. And also, second reason I'm making this video is, of course, because I tend to forget unless I write it down what I planted and where I planted it, so that helps me to go back later on. Just another way of having a note. These are Beefmaster tomatoes. And then what's this one? Red beefsteak. So we'll see if they actually grow like the pictures. I doubt it, but another Beefmaster hybrid tomato plant. And another Roma, because I think I've got 5 Roma plants actually. Kind of overdid it on the Romas, but anyhow, I'll use them. Doesn't matter. Tomatoes are great, especially homegrown. And of course, my cucumbers that I'm gonna use for pickling and things like that. And the ones over here, I've only got like 2 popping up. Not a whole lot. And again, this is June of 2015, just the beginning of June. But there's 3 kinds of cucumbers, by the way, planted here. I guess I forgot, but on one of my previous videos I mentioned what they are, so I can always go back and listen to that. But the other ones are popping up. I have a feeling these first ones might have been the ones I saved from last year's plants. Some of them will grow really well, some won't. But that's also kind of how I pick the seeds. Like I said maybe before earlier in this video, that this is basically zucchini is what I planted here, and also some like yellow squash. There's at least 2 plants popping up, actually 3 I think. You can barely probably see them because it's getting too dark out, of the yellow squash, but nothing as far as zucchini. And I didn't really have a whole lot of hopes for the zucchini because when I saved the seeds, I don't think that the vegetable was, you know, quite mature enough maybe, so the seeds might not have even been good enough for planting. But trial and error, learn something every time I do this. And unfortunately I didn't get to grow my own plants this year. I really wanted to. I tried doing a couple of them, and basically I just couldn't get them going very well. Just wasn't able to take care of them the way I needed to, and started them really late. So buying the plants this year was just pretty much the only way to kind of get back in the game with growing my tomatoes and peppers and so forth. But yeah, got a few other projects here I got to do yet, besides cleaning it up and putting some new wood chips in and pulling some weeds and things. But getting stuff planted was kind of my priority right now, so the rest of it can wait. I gotta still throw in some, I'm gonna do this tonight yet, throw some more seeds in for the green beans. I got some new seeds, so I can start this row here. And also, the other thing I want to do is put up some of my little green fencing, kind of like you see around my strawberries. I think I just left that there because what I did was last year when I was closing up the garden, I just threw a bunch of leaves and stuff on top of the strawberry plants, kind of help keep them covered over the winter. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Let me know if you guys have ideas on that one. I just figured I'd try it, and it seems to have been a good thing because this year they've come back to life very fast, unlike my potted strawberries, and which are still coming back to life. But I have a lot of strawberries this year, at least a lot compared to what last year I had about 2 or 3 little itty bitty ones, and this year I just picked about I think 8, like, you know, anywhere from like somewhat large, well, large and by homegrown standards, at least for me, and a few medium ones and like 2 small ones maybe. But needless to say, there's a bunch of them being produced right now that are not quite red yet, and I'm looking forward to eating those because they're homegrown strawberries are just awesome. So way better than the store-bought stuff, because, you know, in the store a lot of times they're trying to grow the stuff big and beautiful but not very flavorful. So growing them at home, they might not look as pretty sometimes, and they may not get quite as large sometimes, but they taste pretty freaking awesome. So that's just my take on it. And it's something you get to do at home. It's a good hobby and something that's good for relaxation, even though it does involve work. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing some gardening, get into it. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Until next time, go have some fun gardening.